Welcome to this summer day. Um, Summer day. I just want to show you a little hacks in the kitchen today. So let's go into my garden first, so I can harvest or pluck some fresh vegetable and go straight to the table where I can demonstrate what to do with the vegetable. So for today, I'm going to pluck some green peppers. You can see that they are doing very great. They are doing very well here. So I'm going to pluck some of them. This I just need the green ones for this demonstration, so I'm going to pluck the green ones. And this is almost turning red, so it's still is no, I'm not going to pluck that. So I'm going to pluck the wild green and ready ones. So let me just rush a bit and pluck, because it's too warm here in the greenhouse now. The weather is really hot here today in Belgium. So I'm just plucking it so fast as possible, and so we can get outside and start doing something. It's better outside. Here is too warm. So let me just go around. I'm plucking only the ones that are ready. They are not all ready, so we want only the green ones. So yeah, I have some. I think that way I have also, look, I have, so they are so beautiful. The perfect, look at that. So I'm going to pluck only the green ones to use for this recipe. So welcome everyone once again. Thank you for joining us. It's very warm here today in Belgium, and we thought that it would be nice to show you some of our vegetables that are doing absolute here very well in our greenhouse. Show them around our greenhouse. Show them everything is growing here gorgeously. You see everything we have here, microgreens that are also doing perfectly well. We have here some tomatoes. Our tomatoes are ripe. Most of them are ripe and they are ready to be picked. So we are enjoying our summer garden, except that the weather is very warm today, but we think we will get over it after some few days. The temperature will be okay again, and we can continue enjoying our garden. Look at our ripe tomatoes. They are ripe and really sun ripe and ready to be plucked. And in fact, we are really enjoying the summer here. We cannot complain at all for anything. Don't show them, look how beautiful the garden look. Everything is growing amazingly well and also delicious. You cannot imagine having all this in your little garden. It's perfectly growing and the summer is complete. Honestly, we cannot complain. You can also see here our tomatoes. They are also doing perfectly well. Look at our Thornberry tomatoes, which are the smaller sizes of tomatoes, the most smallest tomato sizes you can find in the world. So we have it here in our little garden, and they are doing perfectly also well. We have here the Roma species that is best for also the tomato sauce, to make the tomato sauce and other. I have here also the red ananas. We just harvested this week a couple of them, and we have already used them for our menus. Also the Roma. So I plant just the species that I really like, because after trying a few years, and now I discover I like some and I don't like some of the species. So I just continue with the ones that I really like. So I have here like the yellow pear tomatoes. You see them, they are gorgeous and they are so delicious this summer. There cannot be a complete tomato salad without this gorgeous season and gift from nature. So look at that. Also here the wine tomatoes. We also plucked it already this week, but they are still so gorgeous and delicious. They have a very tiny skin. You don't really need to peel them for salad, but sometimes I do peel them also to just give them a little bit of fine touch and make it more polished to eat. So, but you don't really need to peel them. They're one of my best species here in the garden. So I also have here the another species. I can't remember the name exactly, but this is also one of my best species. Also, I like it for salad because it has a crunch. It is not so soft in texture. You have that crunch. It has a really crunchy texture, and which is perfect, I find, for salad. So here also, I plant a lot of the pear, that is the yellow pear also, because I like them, and I think they are more to complement a salad, tomato salad plate, with that balance of soft texture and the balance of the crunch from the other tomatoes that you see here. Then I have here the black currant. That is also one of my best species because they just add that amazing color to your plate, even when you have you don't have any special ingredient to add to your plate, but that color give it just that wow feeling to bring all the plate together. So that is why I plant it, especially for that balance of color and balance of texture, and of course flavor. It's not also very sweet, but it has a special unique taste of itself. So that is the species, and here also is the red pear from inside. Behind the Roma there, you can see the red pear also, who is doing very well. So yeah, that is it for the tomato species and everything about our little garden. So let's go right to my table. Let me show you for today what I have in display. So come with me. So yes, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining us from anywhere you are watching us here with Chef Viviane from Klavertje Vier Kitchen. Thank you everyone, and happy summer holiday. It's very warm here in Belgium, but we are outdoor here in our little space to show you all what we do here for our little kitchen, for our little city of Kuno in the province of West Flanders, from our little country of Belgium. Welcome everyone, and let us know in the comments where you are watching us from. And okay, let's get into the deal for today. So today I will start by showing you what I just plucked now from the garden, which is these green peppers. So I'm just going to wash the peppers first. So the pepper has a little bit of tangling. That is to say that you can, when you work with this pepper, you can have some hot in your fingers. So I'm going to put on my gloves to prevent that.
Ricky Ortega, USA. Pepper delicious.
Oh, what is the name?
Ricky.
Ricky, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And yes, the peppers are gorgeous and they are freshly plucked from the garden. That is our aim here, to show you what we do from our little garden to our kitchen. So we make a little bit of garden to table recipes. We are being inspired every day by the little things that we pluck from our garden every day, and we try to transform it into a fine dining recipes for people and for guests. So yes, they are really, really delicious and fresh.
Katarina is hi.
Hi, Katarina. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for joining me. And
Pausum, say good morning from America.
Good morning, person. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. And happy summer holiday because it's very warm here in Belgium today. But we are glad to be outside, outdoor, and we want to show you something you can do using these simple ingredients you can find around you every day in the shop, and transform it into a very delicious recipe in the comfort of your own home. So I'm also going to remove the seed of the peppers because they are bitter, so they are not delicious. I find them not delicious, so I'm going to remove them. You can use a small kitchen knife for this purpose. It's easier to use. It's really warm here. Really warm here today. I think it's going to about how many degrees?
34.
34 degrees here. It's very warm.
And Bina, say hi to you.
Hi, Bina. Thank you for joining us here with Chef Viviane. Where are you watching us from? And we are so glad that you are here. Stay tuned because I have so much to show you guys and share with you guys today from our little kitchen. So I'm just removing the seed, all the seeds of the green peppers. So because this is not, they are not delicious, they are bitter. When you add them to the recipe, they are bitter. So that is why I'm removing it. So I want to steam it a bit and then blend them. And then you will see what delicious that you can make from this. So they are also a bit tangled. That is a bit hot in your fingers if you always put your hands in water. That's why I'm using gloves also to prevent that tangling effect in my hands. It's not that the peppers itself are spicy. They are not that really spicy type. It's a mild type of pepper. It's not spicy at all, but it has a punch, a little tangling and a punch, but it's not really a hot pepper per se. But I think adding the seeds to the peppers can also make it maybe more hot, but it's not really a hot pepper per se. So you see how fresh they are. You can just not imagine how delicious this can be coming right from our little garden. We are making this delicious, creating something delicious out of it that gives that really wow feeling to a guest. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us this summer afternoon. Very warm here from our little country. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
I have seen Katarina Tinguino. She is from Angola.
Hello.
Luanda, Angola.
Hello, Katarina. Welcome. Welcome to Klavertje Vier Kitchen, and thank you for joining us here with Chef Viviane from a little country of Belgium. We are saying hello to you guys all over the world and happy summer holiday. And keep tuned and see what we are doing here. We are just giving an inspiration on what you can do using simple ingredients that you can find in your space or in your garden, like red, black peppers, green peppers, and so much more. Most of the vegetables plucked from behind our house, and transforming them into something unique that you can think as if you are sitting in a gastronomics restaurant or a star restaurant. So we're just giving you that feeling of gastronomy, and in the comfort of your own home, that you can transform any ingredient into something really, really delicious and beautiful. So thank you for joining us, and stay tuned to see what I will do make using this pepper today. So the peppers are done. I'm going to saute the peppers a bit to soften it. But before, I'm going to lighten up, slice it smaller. And you see, they are so clean, even from the garden. There's not so much dirt. They are clean. So I'm going to give the water to my plants or to my flowers. Look how gorgeous they are. It's really full summer here. Look at our garden. Everything is doing so well. The flowers, they are all really happy. So we are so glad the summer is here. It's the best time of the year for us. So I'm just going to give it a little, slice it a bit using my big knife here. Just slice it in some little pieces. That helps it to saute faster. You don't have to. If you have more time, you don't really have to. But if you don't have a lot of time, it's better that you slice them in little chunks, because this will help it to saute faster. So I'm done. Nothing more, just a little bit. And I'm also going to add a half of an onions. I add this just to soften the taste of the pepper. Now maybe the whole, because it's not a big one. But if you are using a very big onions, maybe you can use the half of it, because you don't want the onions to taste. You don't want the taste of the onions to overseed, of I don't know what to say, what to tell, to overcome the taste of the pepper. You want to keep that taste really minimum. So let me slice this first, and I will know how many onions we have to add still to it. Maybe a little bit, a half of this is okay. So you don't want your onions, you don't want it to taste like onions. Remember what we say, it's pepper. So that is also what we do here. We try as much as possible to keep the taste always natural, because when you are combining other ingredients, you can sometimes change the natural taste of what an ingredient should be. So we always try to keep that in a so I clean my table again. So yeah. So I'm going to saute. My oils are staying on me. So sauteing is just allowing it to sweat. So I'm going to make sure that I keep the color so that it doesn't burn. That is what I mean by keeping the color. You are not going to move away from it, and you are not going to allow the heat to be too warm. That is to say, it has to be on a moderate heat, on a very medium heat. So you don't want it to be colored. You don't want the vegetable to be colored. So the vegetable have to keep the same translucent or transparent color and not become brown. And also the butter. So you are keeping watch of the butter, that you're not moving away from it or allowing this what do you call it, insect that is coming. So we are outside in the garden. Yes, insects always come around in the garden. We are in their territory. So yeah, so look at that. So I'm going to add the peppers and the onions. Then I'm going to reduce the heat because I don't want it to be colored. You see, it's just like in a very, very low temperature. We are trying to, what is that? We are trying to saute. We call it saute. We are sauteing the vegetable and we keep it on a medium heat. So now I have reduced my heat to minimum so it cannot burn. I can then stir it here and there. Then I can move away and show you other things why it's continue to saute. So the fly, or is it fly, or is it bee? I think it's the bee. Or is it fly? I don't know. So I'm going to stir it.
That's Daddy. Is it what you making, Auntie?
Okay, I'm going to make a cream from the green peppers, and then this cream you can use it as a basic for any other thing. You can use it as sauce, you can use it for creating espuma, and you can just serve it as a cream. By a main course, maybe with fish or meat. It goes really with almost everything. So it's just like a basic sauce or a basic cream that you create, and then you can transform it into different things. So for instance, we can make a cream using tomatoes. We can transform it to tomato soup. We can use it as tomato espuma. We can use it as a tomato sauce. So you can use just a basic ingredient to create different things. So that is what I'm really trying to achieve here. So you see it's steaming. So the next what I'm going to do is I'm going in and I'll be back. So I'm going to roll out my dough to show you other things. Why?
But Daddy say thanks for answering. Maybe at the start of the stream you could write what the recipe is for the day and pin it so people see.
Okay, I will do it at the end because it's a live show and I want to let people understand some things. But if you want to watch the replay, I will show you all the, certainly leave the recipe in the description below so that you can really follow up. So, but now what I'm going to do is I made here a dough, and this dough I'm going to make a ragu. Feel it, I have here a form, look, and I'm going to fill that with a ragu to create just an appetizer. So the life is just to show you different inspiration of different things. So it's not really about a specific recipe, but if there is a specific recipe, certainly I will mention it in the description that you are aware of it or that you see it.
But Daddy say thank you.
You are welcome. So here is just a dough, and this is just a basic dough. So if you want to know how the dough is made, I can also leave the recipe, but it's a very basic dough. So I'm just going to flatten the dough. Why I keep an eye. You see, you have to keep stirring it and really cook it in a low heat. So I'm going to add a bit of water. Not too much, just a bit. So I want it to be thin, but not too thin, and also not too thick.
And Ali is also here. Doing the flash and picking it up.
Hello, Ali. Thank you. Ali, thank you for joining us.
I don't know the country.
Where are you joining us from? Let us know in the description. Let us know in the comments. Thank you for joining us here with Chef Viviane from Klavertje Vier Kitchen. I'm here to inspire you today of a few recipes, of few things you can do at home in the comfort of your own home using simple ingredients, and how you can transform just a simple vegetable into a restaurant quality meal. So I'm going to start slicing the dough. The dough is a little bit fatty, so I'm going to thin the dough a bit, but I think it's okay. So you press it because I want that shape in the dough. And you can also remove a bit using a smaller a smaller cutter. But if you press it into the dough, it's still the same, just removing that shape. So I'm going to make it thinner a bit. So let me see. I'll bring it. Yes. Okay. So that it stays. We continue. We have to work fast because a little bit. There's also toothpick, still roll a bit out. This. Thank you everyone for joining us here with Chef Viviane. So I'm going to continue to stir here. Think it's almost ready. So I'm going to put it again to a minimum to just allow it to keep sauteing. Stir it there. So it looks, it's good. We are going to there already. So you start slicing it and you just push it in. I find it that is simpler pushing it in. So we are going to bring everything together again and roll it out once more. It's a bit softer now. Maybe it will be more easy to roll out. And sprinkle a bit of flour. So I'm going to do one and then I will stop. So you make sure you press it to the form so that the sign on the design on the form appears also on the dough. That design. So now it's ready. I'm going to roll this also very, very thin this time. Very, very thin. So I have here some chicken ragu. So I'm filling the ragu. It's a chicken ragu. You can also use a piping bag for this. It will be also faster if you have one. So I already made the chicken ragu and I allow it to cool down a bit so that you can use it on your dough. Because if it's not cold enough, it will start melting your dough because there is butter. There's a lot of butter in the dough. So it's better that you make it maybe a day in advance if you want. And it's easier. So I still have some chickens. I can see some big chunk of chicken. So slice it a bit. You just feel. I'm trying to also use the spoon to show you that even without a piping bag, that you can also use a spoon for this for this process. It's a bit it's a bit time consuming and takes longer time, but you can certainly work, and it's only a bit longer than when you are using like a piping bag. You can just go around and everything is ready within a couple of minutes. So we have here another big bee, a visitor. We are in their territory, so I have here also I'm just trying to divide the chicken. So I have here also the chicken. And it's also a bit messy when you are using a spoon, but it certainly work. So, and I know there's not everybody at home that have a piping bag, so that's why I'm trying to show how you can also make it using a spoon, that you don't always need a piping bag to be able to make it, but it's certainly simpler when you are using a piping bag. It looks messy, but the end result is very, very beautiful and delicious also. So I'm going to fill everything and then we can cover it. So, yeah. So thank you everyone for joining us. So I've been just a little bit concentrating on the ragu, the filling of the ragu. Yes, when you are using a piping bag, it is so easy to make this without any problem. In a few minutes, you are done. See, but I want to show you the other way, that even with manual, that not having any machine at home, you can still cook perfectly. Yes, certainly machine make it Machine make it easier to cook, but you can still cook without machine.
Delia peanut. Deze. The bee doesn't want any more nectar.
Yes,
A bee smelled your food
yes.
and decided he or she wanted something savory and delicious.
Yes. I think so. Also, he has been disturbing a lot more. Yes, we are in their territory, so we have to respect respect them. So we don't do anything to the bees because they are natural and they are in their territory. So we just allow them to be to do their things. So so I'm just covering it. Just make sure to push it a little bit so that it will seal. I'm going to remove, that's too small. So you're sealing it. So and when it's done, we remove it the other way, and this way is up. Don't know, maybe I should use this immediately if it will go. Yes, I think. Yes. Maybe a little bit bigger one. So everything is testing. And then you press the top a bit, but we still make a little bit of incision on top to prevent too much bubbles. So we want to, so that when we are turning the dough later, it will it will be sitting and not going like a ball on top. So we are trying to prevent the ball on top by a little bit pressing on the dough. So I'm going to roll out the dough a bit again. You know it's really warm here. You can roll it out once, very flat, because the dough from under is a bit thick. It's thicker than the one from on top. So you want to make it not too thick. Get the same, yeah. Use this. So you certainly make sure that your dough is not too thick. Will soon be there. Yeah, the ingredient is ready there. The green peppers is completely sauteed. So you press it. The last. And this is going wrong. So I'm going to roll it once again. So I'm pressing the top just to give it that firmness, that is not too much ball on the top. So now the dough is rolled. So let me put up. You can always use your dough later, or make sure that you wrap it in a plastic folio or a plastic like this to prevent it from drying out. So now I'm going to use my knife here to make a little bit of cutting on the dough. So maybe I'm going to bring another knife. The top of my knife is gone. So let me run to the kitchen to bring another knife. So I'm here, I'm back. So I'm just going to put a line. So you just put a line using your knife. Normally it's easier when your dough is the dough is like warm now. But you can still do it with a very sharp knife. Make sure that your knife is sharp enough. Otherwise it's difficult. So like putting a design. So it's not in any particular form. So we keep just doing it. So it gives that beautiful design on the ragu at the end as when it's finished baking in the oven.
Yvonne Anderson, say hi to you.
Hi, Ivan. Thank you for joining us. Thank you and welcome to this beautiful summer afternoon here from our little country of Belgium. Thank you for joining us. We are just showing here some kitchen hacks, what you can do using simple ingredients in the comfort of your own home. So look at that. So I finished putting the design on that. So now we are just going to brush it a little bit using some eggs mixture. So I added a little bit of milk to egg yolk. So I want to give it a nice color when it's cooking or when it's baking in the oven. So I'm going to brush it a bit with the egg solution. So it's a mixture of eggs and a bit of milk. You brush it. Normally you should, if you have more time, you can work faster and even put your dough back in the fridge for a couple of maybe 1 hour again before baking, so your dough will rest again, and when it's hitting that heat oven of 200 degrees, it will be very nice and crispy immediately. So but I'm taking because I want to show you the end result, how it look and how what I made. I'm just going to put it directly in the oven. I'm going to the oven now and I'll be back to clean my table so that I can show you other recipes. So let me go and bring it to the oven and I'll be right back to clean every table. So I've taken it to the oven and I have here my timer to go and check for. So I'm going to remove my gloves and clean my table, and then I can show the next. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Welcome to this beautiful summer weather here from our little country. We are trying to show you some basic things you can do at home using just simple ingredients that you can find around you. And like today, we're showing you the green peppers that we pluck from our little garden, and that we are going to show you how to transform that pepper into something really delicious. So let me clean my table so that we proceed with the next. You can work on a clean table, and that everything is clean here because it's summer also, and the flies, they like that smell. So now everything is cleaned, so I can continue. Okay, so now look, the pepper. So I'm going just to heat it a bit again and add a little bit of liquid. See, it's already been sauteed. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of water, not too much, because you don't want that there's too much liquid in the pepper. So I'm going to set up the machine to blend. It's almost there. I'm going to bring some milk.
Yvonne asked what is in the pot?
Okay, it's green pepper. So I'm going to add now my heavy cream because I went to pick up the heavy cream. It's too warm outside to allow the heavy cream to warm up. That's why I went to the fridge, to the refrigerator, to pick up the heavy cream. So I have here green peppers. The green peppers was just plucked from the garden if a couple of minutes or a couple of a few minutes ago. So now I added the heavy cream to the pepper. So I'm going to add a bit. So that is, you see how it looks now. I'm going to transfer it now. So I'm making a blend. I'm going to blend it and then I will show what I want to make it with, what I want to transfer it to. So just keep watching so you can see the end result. So I'm adding a bit of lettucine, I think a half spoon of it, so that to create,
It will ask bell peppers.
yes, bell peppers. That is green bell peppers. So I'm going to blend them. So you see, it's like it has a green, light green color. So I will keep blending it, and then we will sieve it using a very fine sieve. Okay, so I'm going to test first. Still needs seasoning, still needs some salt. So I didn't use any salt. And then I'm going to add some butter to really balance up the flavor. So it gives it that fullness. You can use this as a cream. You can serve this as a sauce. You can serve this as a cream to your meal, and you can even transform this into a soup if you want. So it is just a basic puree that you can use to make different types of achieve different types of things to use in your meals, like sauce, soup, cream, or even transforming it into an espuma. So I test it. The balance is just perfect with the butter, the salt to balance the sweetness of the pepper. And I don't need any more pepper in it, so I added nothing more, and the heavy cream is just delicious. But I will still add just a pinch of salt. Okay. So I'll be running back to the kitchen, and then I'll be back with my cream. So I'm back. So I'm going to pass or to sieve it. Maybe I will still use this. It's, yeah, you have to pass it through a very fine sieve so that you are not having, normally it's not, there's no much, it's smooth, but I just want to make sure that the texture is really smooth. So the ragu is already cooking in the oven and it's already looking so beautiful. Can't wait to show it. It's really beautiful. And it smells delicious already. So I think it's best to pass it through the chinois. You can see that there's remains of some, some remains that is not really smooth and that we add nothing. You see, only rough texture to to the ingredients, whatever you want to use it for, puree, sauce, or espuma. So let me put this aside. So you can see it's already a beautiful emulsion that you can use. You see the sauce, you can use this already as a sauce. It's a very beautiful emulsion. You see it has a very beautiful color and beautiful texture, and it tastes also delicious. So you can just use this now as a sauce. Look at that, so beautiful. And you want to give it a little bit of green, you can add at the end 2 leaves of green parsley, and you create more greener color if you want to give it more freshness. But look at how beautiful and smooth the texture of this look like. You can serve anything here, meat, fish, chicken, whatever. It looks so delicious. So let me transfer this into an espuma container. So I'm going to transfer this here. Okay, let me clean it a bit. Let me transfer this into my espuma container. So to give it some volume, to create more fine recipe or fine dining from it. So it's so delicious already and it smells so good. You see, it don't really need much to create something delicious, but takes time because I'm just like showing you. Normally it takes me 15 minutes to 20 minutes to make something like this, but demonstration showing it sometimes. Yes, I think my ragu is ready and I'll be going there to check it out. So I'm going to just clean the side. So everything is also timing. You keep checking on it so that it will be okay. Wait, I'm going to clean here so that there's nothing preventing it. So now it's warm. So this is warm emulsion. It's warm espuma I'm making. So if it's cold espuma, you know it is, maybe you are adding a binding like gelatin or something else like that, but you have to allow it to cool down entirely in the refrigerator before you can serve it. But this, you can serve it straight away because it's a warm solution. So I gave it some air, some nitrogen, and I shake it. You see? Then I will show you. Let me go and check out the oven. So yeah, it's ready. I'll allow it to cool down for a few minutes, and then I will show you. So you see, it's looking, so you test it a bit to remove the pressure. You see how beautiful, look at what you can create. Look at that, how amazing is that? You see how beautiful it looks? It's foamy, and it's, you see the texture it creates, and the color is so beautiful, and it's so light. You see, so light. It's not the same as what you have here. So that is what I just wanted to really explain about how you can use one ingredient to create different things that gives a different kind of feeling and texture in your mouth. So you have to just play and experiment with ingredients like we do here in our kitchen. Our aim here is not just cooking, it's just like trying to, you know, we keep respect the ingredient, that we are not trying to change the flavors of the ingredient, but just trying to give more, you know, more how do I call it? We try to make an ingredient more hero of itself, that is creating different texture and trying to make it in different ways. So that is what we do here. We even make powder from, like here we make powder also from green peppers that we dehydrate until we grind them into dust, and we use them as garnish instead of buying things that we don't know what is really in it. But we know that this is pepper, this is green pepper, and it's 100% green peppers that was plucked, dried, dehydrated, and grinded to dust. So it's the same thing also we do with most of our vegetables powder, also like parsley, tomatoes, and whatever. We grind them into dust, we dry them, dehydrate them, we grind them into dust, and we can use them the whole time until it's finished, and we create a new one. And it's the same thing with other ingredients that we also have, like the what we just showed now. We made now a cream of the pepper. You can see that the two textures are different. I showed the first texture. You can just see the cream itself is very creamy. It's delicious on itself. There is no problem with the sauce or the cream. The taste is delicious. But when we transform it into this bottle and we give it more air bubbles, what happened? We transform, even though we keep the main taste of the peppers, we give it more lighter and more fine touch to it. So it feels as if it's like disappearing in your mouth or something like that. So that is what we are trying here also to do, to show you what you can do using one just vegetable to create different things or different meals in the comfort of your own home. So I'll go right inside now and bring the ragu so I can show you what we can do with it, or show you the end result. So I'm going, so we can make a plating, and so you can also like now I charge it with one gas, but you can also charge it with the second gas later. But I don't know, sometimes I just feel that it's okay using one gas, one nitrogen to charge it. So you can test it for yourself and you know what is better for you. So I'm going inside and I'll be right back. So look at that. See how beautiful the end result is. You know, if we have allowed it to cool down a bit, you will have that perfect sealing, because that is why you have to allow it to cool down for some time before you bake it. But even now it's so beautiful and looking so gorgeous. So you have two ways of presenting this gorgeousness. You can turn it the other way around, or you can just serve it like what you see now on top of the plate. So as I'm still just going to run back to my kitchen, because I'm here in the outdoor space and there is just nothing here. Maybe I should build a little kitchen here on the side of this garden so I can set up all my utensils that I need to make meals. But yeah, I have to run back to my kitchen.
If from Amazon asked, what are they filled with?
They are filled with chicken ragu. They are filled with chicken ragu. So I made chicken with flour and with butter together and make a thick ragu. They are so delicious. and then I fill the dough with it. So I'll be right back to show you the presentation. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to present. I will try to remove the most beautiful one. So I have here, you see the ragu. You can present it this way, or you can present it this way. So I think it's beautiful like this. So it's filled. I will show you, I will open and I will show you how it looks like later. So I have here some green herbs. So I'm going right to pluck some tomatoes and I will be back. So I just pluck some tomatoes and we're going to I'm going to clean the potato and the tomatoes. You see, I just add the tomatoes here to it. They look so beautiful already. And where is that? Yes, okay. I have here the peppers. So I'm going to just, because green is the color of the season. So that is why we work with the green color for now. Though we work also with the other rainbows color, but we think green is the hero for this moment. And even look at how beautiful it is already, but we can just, even that cream, look, the cream that we made, we can use this cream and we make something beautiful. So what do you think about this summer delicious that I just created using just simple ingredients that you can find around you? So that is the chicken ragu. So let me open it up so that you see how it looks like. You see the under is like this, is filled, and it's filled with the chicken. So let me open it up. So you see, it's filled. You see how beautiful and juicy it is. It's filled with the chicken, ragu. So that is how it looks like from inside. So let me put it aside. You see, it's filled, and that is the chicken ragu filled with paste dough, puff dough, and then with some microgreens and fresh tomatoes that I just plucked.
Yvonne, beautiful colors.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy you like it. And that is the aim here, to inspire and to inspire you to create.
I will say thank you.
You too, you are welcome. Thank you so much. So let me show you the next here, the finishing result of the pepper. So here is the espuma. I call it espuma because it's a foam. Look how gorgeous it is. You see, that is the end result of the espuma. So I'm going to put it here again so that you can see, so you can serve as much as you want to your guests. So let me show you. Look how light it is. So you see how light it is. It just disappear in your mouth. That's so delicious. That's really unbelievable. So light, and it disappear immediately in your mouth. You see, it's really light, the foam. So we make it here often because we find it light, and even when people are eating 5, 6, 7 main courses, they still feel as if they are light and they are eating so much. So that is why it's one of those wow meals that you can serve in between your meals to really complement your meals and not making it too heavy for guests. So that is one of a beautiful starter, and you can also even use it as a starter meal or between meal, and you can serve it also cold. So it is not compulsory to serve it warm. You can also serve it cold, but I just decided to make the warm so that I can show you the end result, because if it's the cold you are making, you have to allow it at least 4 hours to set in the refrigerator so that it can be able to hold the shape when you are, when you are serving it. So we can still like give it a bit. You remember, when you are serving it immediately and you are bringing it to the guest. You see how beautiful it is. And then we add a little bit of green color. That green summer color that we are talking about, we love it so much. You see, so we serve the green on top. So now we have that green color again for the summer. So to complement our summer, here we have the green pepper espuma, light foam, delicious, full of flavor, puff in your mouth and melt. So with also the powder, the dust from the green and also peppers that we serve with it, and the crispiness also from green herbs, and also all the green that we can find in our garden. So look at how light it is. You can see also the airiness in the bottle, through the glass. You can see the air. You can see the air, how airy it is. You see how airy it is. You can see it in between the glass, that the shape is holding, and the airiness is really, look at this, it's really visible. So you see how delicious it is. So you see what I was trying to, show you, this little trick, how you can make this delicious recipes that you can create using simple ingredients like peppers and all other things. So we are going to just end up our day by showing you the last trick for today, and that is just some of the little things that you can also do in using your garden herbs. Like I have here some oregano that we plucked from the garden, and we also dried. We dried it. This is our self grown oregano, and dried. So we are just going to, we love so much this oil from Terra Greta. We are not sponsored by Terra Greta, but we are really fan of their product. So if you are watching us, maybe you like what we are doing, support us, but we are not really sponsored, and we are just doing the things that we love doing. But we like their product because we use a lot of their product for years. So we are just going to stuff in the how do you call it, the oregano to the bottle. So they are a little bit difficult, but takes time. So, and if you want it to be faster, you have to remove the this to make it faster. So we can show you in the next recipe. We want a continuation that we can show you in the next recipe what we did with it and what we can create again using this. So it's a little bit difficult, but it goes entirely. You just keep stuffing it. So I have some dry ones here also that I can also add it to it. So it's messy, but it's really worth it. Like the little dust like this, sometimes I use also a funnel to do it. Or I just close my arms like this and it goes through. So I'm going to add still. We are like stuffing it in. So it's dried. Make sure that it's dried because you don't want to use and herbs that is still there's still water in the herbs. Otherwise, it can also create how do you call it? Can also create what is that? Bacteria in your oil. So you will make sure that it's really dry, fully dry and dehydrated. That there is no more liquid in the herbs that you are using. So oregano is one of the most delicious herbs that you can use to stuff in, and you have that beautiful oil that you're looking for. So I think I have, but I want to make it intense. I want to that pronounced oregano taste in the oil. So I just keep stuffing it, and I think we are done now. It's okay. So now I have enough of it. I'm going to add a bit to cover it. So sometimes you see that in the shop and they are so expensive. So you can make this at home. It's not difficult to make, but you just need to know how to make it. So they are not difficult at all, but you need to know how it's done. So I have here the oregano is stuffed to the brim, to the top of the bottle, because I want the taste to be intensive. So I fill it to the brim, and then I fill the oil also to the brim. Yes, so I'm going to put in my, so you, as you saw it, you can remove the top first so that it's easy to put in everything. So look at it, fully stuffed, the oil filled with the dried, dehydrated, you see, oregano. So, and it's also, you see, so filled in, because I want the taste to really be pronounced in the oil. So I love the oil and I also love the taste of oregano, but I use it specifically for something very delicious that I would like to share with you guys in the future. So we have done for today's episode. Look, we have done so much to show you different things because it's live, as it's always say. There is no fancy, there is no editing. It is just we and our all our ingredient and our material to demonstrate. I ran several times to the kitchen to bring everything to the place here because like 50 meters from here to display today to show you and create today a recipe for you guys to see. Thank you everyone that joined this live episode for today. Thank you for joining us. We went to the kitchen and to the garden also to pluck our delicious green peppers that that has been ready for some days now. I wanted to show something special with this, and we harvested it right from our garden and brought it to this table where I'm standing here in front of you guys to demonstrate today episode. I made the espuma here of green peppers, and which I also showed the powder that also made from the green peppers that we made a few couple of weeks ago. And also we have here also we showed the cream of the green pepper that you can use it for different purposes. That is for different purposes. You can make it basic as soup sauce or even transform it into a fine dining dish like an espuma, which is a light foam that really melts in your mouth and give you that right effect of eating. So thank you everyone that joins us today from our little kitchen from our little kitchen of Kuno in the province of West Flanders in our little country of Belgium. Here with Chef Viviane signing off for now, and wish you a happy summer holiday and hope you learned something very, very new in today's episode, and we'd love to see you again in the next episode. So
Deepak say, hi, how are you, madam?
thank you so much. I'm fine and I'm good. And how are you too? And where are you tuning in from? Let us know. We are about to sign up for today, but thank you still for joining us even at the last moment. So you can watch the replay of today's episode from the beginning because I'll be letting the replay on YouTube. So try to check out the replay and you can follow step by step how we did.
I am from India.
Oh, welcome from Indian. Thank you so much for joining us. And how is it in Indian? Here it's so warm here in Europe today, and it's a really great summer holiday here. It's very, very warm, maybe too warm for us at the moment, but we are so grateful that we can sit here in our garden to reach out to you guys and share our passion, our love, and those little things that we can do using our common ingredients around us. So thank you everyone once again. Here, Chef Viviane signing off. Thank you everyone and ciao, and see you in the next episode. Bye for now.